Hey guys, welcome to Wednesday at Two Lines Slot Cars. I apologize about yesterday. Sorry about that, fellas. Missed Tuesday. And let me mute that. Okay. So, how's everybody's week? Are you doing well? If you had a chance to get some slot car action in, we have a lot to talk about today. Mostly, we have guests on the track, and so maybe we can cover some race footage. So let me flip over to that camera. So we've got Dusty and Josh running the layout tonight, and we'll see. Do a little bit of testing and tuning, and maybe we'll line them up and race them and give you guys some footage. But I want to talk about a handful of things. I want to talk about the new Thunder Slot Shelby. I want to talk about Legends cars tonight, and how I did not want to like Legends cars, but spoiler alert, those little things are fun. So they're a lot of fun. I'm enjoying getting one tuned up to race. So yeah. So, guys, welcome. How's everybody doing tonight? Who all do we have in the chat? Where is my chat? So, we've got Mark Kramer, Danny Wiley, Mark Kramer, Dusty from 4 feet away. Hey, Gene, welcome. 4 and 6 foot away smells like some racing action to me. Gene, that is our hope. Hey, Cyberg, welcome. And Josh Reed is from 6 feet away. So, yeah, we've got a guest, Josh. Josh found himself close to Chillicothe, Ohio, for the next couple weeks, and he decided to crash the party here for the live stream. So, hey, Curvy Road, welcome. Hey, Lionface, good afternoon. Dan Wiley, welcome. Hey, George, good to have you, man. I feel like I haven't talked to you a lot, George. Glad you got your box this week of stuff back. Although we kind of missed those 917 cars. Those were a lot of fun. Those were great career cars. Hey, Gary, welcome. Hey, DeFingers, how's it going? DeFingers, have you got your coffee yet? He was last week's coffee winner. So Trent told me he was sending those out late last week. So hopefully you have got your coffee. And if not, hopefully it arrives tomorrow and you have a chance to enjoy it. Hey, Greg, good evening. Hey, Bruce, welcome. Glad you guys are here tonight. So, yeah, man, one of the things we can talk about first is the changes that we'd made to the layout. I know I've alluded to some of those, so maybe we can do a walk around. Let me throw the webcam back up there. So, yeah, having a lot of fun. Finn, the pup, is on the live stream tonight. Dusty is working on his 917 10K NSR. And Josh, are you running an Elva? Yeah. Josh is running his Thunder Slot Elva and getting some laps in. So this track is about 97 feet lane length and running a really fast time. If you're in the mid-8s, you're making really good, really fast laps around the track. But 9-second laps are super respectable. The layout is challenging from the S turns coming out of that big S at the far end. Those are tricky, and until you get the timing down, you'll come out of the slot there. And at Bruce's track and Cincy Slots, they talk about that being the newbie. That's where you discover all the newbies at the track because they come out of the slot there. The pros, the guys that have been racing there a long time, they figured those S turns out. So very, very cool. So we'll show some more racing action tonight as we get further and further in. So we can talk about whatever the chat wants to talk about, but I thought I might cover the new slot at or I'm sorry, the new Thunder slot. Let's see, who else do we have? XOBK. I'm not even sure how to pronounce that. I apologize. Danny Wiley, you need some coffee over here. We can probably make that happen, man. Let's see. Cliff, welcome. Josh can confirm Marty's sponsor makes some killer coffee. Yeah, Josh and I had a second to go grab some coffee before the live stream came up. And Asher University, just want you to know I have been following you for a long time now. Keep up the good work. I appreciate that, Asher. Beatnik, what's up, man? DeFall Slots here. Awesome. Great. Thanks for being here. Hey, Joe. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit about the new logo, since Joe mentioned it in the chat. Raul from Conquest. I don't know if Raul will be on tonight or not. I was telling him that I really felt a little guilty that I pretty much used a template for my logo, but when I was starting this YouTube channel, it kind of like happened on a whim. People had said, just hit the record button, and I never felt like I was ready. And just one night, I just planned it all out. I created the channel. I had the name for it, and I think I've talked about the name before. I have two daughters, Caroline and Madeline. Actually, it's Madeline, but they both end in Line, so that's how I have two lines. And the fact that it matches up with a 2-slot track, right? 2-lane. Lots of people call me 2 lanes slot cars because that probably makes more sense, but it is 2 lines. And I was talking to Raul about, I felt guilty about my logo, that I really felt like I should redesign a new logo. And then, the next day he sends me this. He actually sent me 2 different ones, and this is the one I kind of landed on. I love it. I absolutely love it. So thanks, Kirby Road. I appreciate that. Thanks, Cliff. JDM Black Box. It's Black Box backwards. Got it. Gotcha. Marty, did you get the tire truer yet? I have mine. It came in the mail 2 days ago. Gary, I don't. Honestly, I've been kind of holding my cash. There's a couple of cars that I really want. And I think I've talked about it before. I really desperately need to order a controller. And so I've kind of been holding off on the truer. Hey, Bruce. Gary, mine came yesterday. What number is yours? That's cool. Yeah, Danny, I saw your video about your truer. So that was great. The box opening. And Bruce, welcome to the chat. So yeah, Bruce, Josh is here running some laps. He and Dusty do some racing, and I have a feeling that my track record will fall any minute now. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's see. What did I want to jump into? So that was the logo. So Raul designed a logo, and here I have a microphone down there. I highly got it. So I can turn that on. But yeah, I'm super excited about the new logo. So I thought I would use that and see what people think. Yeah. Well, let me grab the Mustang real quick. So I said that we would talk about the Thunder Slot Mustang a little bit. And so I can probably maybe even do a breakdown of what I've done to this car. But guys, I don't know. You can take a look at it. Focus. There we go. I mean, it is a fantastic looking car. Really pleased. I love the green. I mean, that's just a classic, right? But if you could take a look, the chassis is really interesting. I think John Albright told me it reminded him of a plastic flexi chassis. And then Joe was talking about how soft this chassis is. And you're right, Joe, it's really flexible. I didn't have to introduce a whole lot of float for this thing to get around the track pretty good. But here's what I've done to the car. So we put it on the track, and I ran 9.8s pretty consistently. And I think I was a minute ago. I was saying like what fast laps were on my car. Yeah, Curvy Road. The color is great. I really like it. Hey Marty, DeFalco, and what model and features? Yeah, I guess we'll go back to the controller. I need to order a controller. I'm looking at the 302 DeFalco controller. I really like the texture that a wiper gives me, and I get a really good feel for the car. That's one of the things I miss from the slotted. Dusty is running a slotted actually on the Carrera track, which is pretty cool that we were able to get that to work. But I feel like I miss some of that texture in the trigger. So I think I'm going to try the DeFalco. I just haven't had a chance to order it. I'll try to maybe send Jim a message tomorrow. They're sold out most everywhere. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. Much nicer in person than the photos of the prototype. Got the green one too, and I love it. Yeah, Joe. Yeah, I do too, man. It looks great. It really. Hey, Dave, you're not late, man. Welcome. Yeah, the fingers. Yeah, it just magically happened. So the story is the hobby shop in Dayton ended up getting like 18 of these, and my buddy John Mark, his daughter lives over that way, and on Sunday he swung by, and ended up picking up a blue one, a silver one, and the green one. And so he gave one to Dusty and gave one to me, and the green one. So that's here's what it looks like in blue. So there's the blue, which looks really, really nice. Have not touched this one yet, the blue one. There's no setup. So what I was saying is, yeah, it just happened. Yeah, Bruce, it does. They're good-looking cars. I hope you get some in, because I probably would buy another one. Actually, I'm waiting for you to get the slotted Group C car, the new green one, Hexacon. I can't remember what the Hexel. That's the one I want next. I'll buy that for $107 LEB. So these were priced at $90, which I think is a great price for the car that you get. I can tear it open. We can take a look at what I did. So let me talk about times. So I was running 9.8s right out of the box, and it comes with silicone tires. But I kind of figured out that these are super tire 1403s fit on these. And so I have a couple sets of 1403s on a couple of other cars. And so I robbed them off of another car. But so 9.8s right out of the box, felt good, really solid on the track. I thought it was getting around the track really well. Max 73, the Porsche's in transit. Thank you. Yes. Let me know. I will order one as soon as you get one. You just ordered the white Mustang. Very good. Well, the white Mustang was delayed because the paint, they had problems with the white paint because it's not really white. It is it's like a creamy white is what it's supposed to be. And so I think they came out and they were pure white, and that was the wrong color. That's just the rumor that I'm hearing. So then I gave the pod screws about 3/4 of a turn, and I adjusted the ride height. And what else did I do? And then I lubed the car, and I went from running 9.8s to 9.2s. And I thought, wow, we're getting close to that, breaking that 9 second. And I thought that I have it in it. It's very stable on the track. We'll run it and get some footage. I posted a video yesterday of some footage. It's kind of hard to see because the car is pretty quick. And then I put the tires on it because I was talking to Daryl, and he said, Silicone. Have you put any weight in it? Have you put silicone tires on it? The 1403s will work. So I found a set of 1403s and I threw them on there, and I had not added weight, and we ran 8.9s. And then I added about 3 grams of weight, and I put it in a kind of weird spot, right down the middle of the spine of the car. And that seems to be a good place to put it, because now I'm running 8.4s with this, and my track record is an 8.2.4 for Nomad cars. So it's only 2 to 3 tenths off of the track record. It's fast, and it handles really, really well. So I don't know if you guys want to see inside it. We can take a look at it. You let me know in the chat. So definitely would recommend this car if you are a Thunderslot fan, and definitely if you are a Mustang fan. You just can't beat it, and it's such a great looking car, and it handles. The stance is good. I have not changed the guide. I'm still using the Thunderslot guide because it seems to do really well. I have where'd it go? Yeah, I have a slot invasion guide for it, but I'm probably going to save that. And then I saw where Travis announced, talked about the new Thunderslots that are coming out this next month, and both of those look great. So, Josh, I want to see inside it. Yeah, Josh, if you want to run this thing, man, you're welcome to run mine if you want to try it. Yeah. So Josh will run some laps. Yeah, I'll flip over so you can watch Josh run some laps on that. So Josh will be able to tell me whether I did a good job tuning this thing or not. It honestly, it wasn't a lot to it, but I think the weight placement really. I cut a kind of a longer, thinner piece of lead right down the middle of that spine, and the car feels really balanced. Yeah. Yeah, I just thought I would try it. Oh yeah, you want to cross the 2 pieces up front. Yeah. Hey, MP. Welcome, man. Massimo, thanks for joining us tonight. Massimo, Josh and my brother are running some laps, and Josh is running some laps with my Thunderslot Mustang Shelby. So we're, hey, Mike, welcome, man. Hey, Clint, glad to have you. So I'll go back to the track so you can see him run some laps. So you can see this thing get around the track. It moves. I need to set up some good lighting for the track. It's a little overexposed. I apologize. But if I turn all the lights off, these guys won't be able to see this slot cars to race. The fingers. We're watching the Just Happened show. I just happened upon a Mustang, a Thunderslot Mustang. Gene, yes, it can be chipped. It actually already has the hole. I'll grab John Marks and I'll switch back to the cameras. It already. Is that better, Mark? Yeah, it's fine. I just feel like you guys, it gets dark down here on this end for you guys. So let me focus in. You can see that it already has the hole there, just to the right. I guess the left. What are you looking for? I probably threw it back to you. Yep. So this is the blue one. This is John Marks. He actually left it here, hoping that I would probably tune it, would be my guess. So yes, it is an analog car. But yeah, Massimo, you definitely need to try a Thunderslot. Joe Gene, I'm chipping my buddies with a Slot Technic chip tomorrow night. I can let you know. Yeah, thanks, Josie. I think that will be pretty easy because that Slot Technic chip is so small. I have one laying around here someplace. Oh no, it's over in my box. So yeah, let me take this one apart so I can show you the insides. I think this is what I need to take it apart. It basically has 4 body screws. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the outside edges. And I only have about a half a turn of float in those because it doesn't really have a big impact. What kind of times were you running? I think I got an 8.6. Nice. Well, yeah, I've got a few more laps than you do. Great body, very lightweight. These cars these Trans Am cars tend to be a little top heavy. And so that's what, that's what you kind of have to deal with that class of cars. But here's a close up of the chassis. Yeah, Michael, the Thunderslots are really quick cars. At Cincy Slots, the Elva seems to be like the hot car from Thunderslot. There's some McLaren, there's some other McLarens, and there's other body styles, but the Elva seems to be super popular. And just like any track, any kind of competitive racing, somebody shows up with a hot car, and then everybody else picks it up. Just like that Jaguar, the slot at Jag was going to be, in the Group C, what everybody wants to run. So yeah, thumbnail size. Yeah, so that's pretty basic chassis, but it works really, really well. And it's got the typical Thunderslot motor. Okay, focus. I don't know. It works really well. A little bit of float in the pod, a little bit of just 3 or 4 grams of weight. I put right down the middle of that spine, in the middle of the pod with mine. Like I said, 14. It comes with silicone tires, but they are not the best. They were good, but they were not super tires. So get the front end. Front end needs some adjustment, and it'll be running quick laps. So the other new car that I had is my brother hooked me up with a Legends car. Let me grab it. Hey, Dusty, can you grab my Legends car out of the bottom drawer? So Dusty, thanks. We got all kinds of Legends cars now. This is Josh's Legend car. It's pretty sweet. Red Bull Total number 5. Looks like Josh, did you paint that yourself, Josh?
Yes.
Nice.
Was before the Dodge had painted bodies.
Oh, yeah, white kit. And so this is the Chevrolet body for the Legends car. Any of you guys out there running Legends? The Lola, you're talking about Thunderslot? Yeah. I have a Hornby Lola I got the other day. Marty was wondering if you kept the O-rings in when you got the 8.4. Yes. The O-rings for the body? Yeah, I've not played with that yet. I left those in. So I'm guessing that I probably could eliminate those and get a little more body float and maybe bring down those times. I don't know. That'll be some of the things that I test this week when I get a chance, maybe this weekend. I can't wait to get the silver Shelby Gerardo. Yeah, my Dusty has the silver one. It's under construction right now. Yeah, it looks good. It's a great color. You will not be disappointed. No weight per se in the front end. I did not put any weight in the front end, and you saw it going around the track. It's pretty locked in. I didn't feel like it needed anything up front. I just put it right down the middle. It's super stable through the S-turns, and that's if you've got a tail-happy car, it exposes that in those S-turns. It just, shifting that weight left, right. So are they 132nd? The Shelby Mustangs are 132nd. Love the Legends. Yeah, Shotgun Dave. So here's the thing. I wasn't a fan of Legends. Not that they didn't look like fun. I think it would be fun to drive one, like a real Legends car. But I was like, for a slot car, they look like they're top heavy. I don't know. They're probably real tail happy. I don't know. And this month, it's the car that they're racing at Cincy Slots. And my brother showed up last weekend and said, hey, I got you guys one, because Dusty wanted to race them. And so I got it tuned up, and it runs 9.3s, 9.4s on my track. I can't seem to get much faster than that, but the car feels like it's running like 8.3s when it's running 9.4s. It feels fast. They're a lot of fun. So any of you guys race those? Shotgun Dave loves the Legends. Black Box, love those ST chips. They fit perfectly in most 143rd scale cars. Yeah, they're so small you can squeeze them in a lot of things. So I'm guessing that, like, if you're running Carrera Go, the 143rd digital, you could probably squeeze those in, which is cool. I've never tried it. I don't have any of those size cars. Michael, Legends are cool. Hey, Chris Holmes, welcome. I guess I need to buy a Legend. Danny Wiley, maybe my wife will give me an allowance this week. I feel you, man. I feel you. Tell Dusty I want to race one. Hey, George says he wants to race one. A Legends car.
Oh,
yeah. He wants to join in. Hey, Raul, welcome, man. Raul, I'm showing off the new logo, bro. Showing off the new logo. So, welcome. Do what?
What's the iPad pin?
It's a pattern.
I'll let you type it. I'll never remember. 5938446. Cool.
I have to be looking at it to remember the number. John Mark laughs at me every time I have to tell him, hey, grandson of man, welcome. So we've been talking Legends cars. I don't know what's fast for Legend. I've not seen any run anyplace else, so I have no idea what's quick for a Legends car. On your track, if you're running Legends, a Legends car time versus one of your faster cars, how much difference is there in the time? Yeah. Yeah.
That track, which is a 4-lane scale electric track and stuff, it's about the same as our slowest pneumatic class. I'll be quite honest.
Okay.
They're not super fast, but they're fun.
Yeah. So your time is about a second off of that, the faster cars, you think?
Yeah.
Second and a half?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
At least.
So if I've got mine tuned up and I'm running 9.4s on this layout,
You should be fine.
I should be pretty competitive. All right. I like to hear that.
So I've never run my Legends car down at Cincy Slots.
Yeah. Okay, Bruce, thanks. 8 9s at Bruce's is fast. What do you need?
Oh, just looking.
You want me to take it apart so you can see what I did inside?
Is that all you got? Just that one piece?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't need to take it apart.
Here, you need the scale. But yeah, it's long. It runs most of the length of that.
Okay.
So it's like 3.5, 4 grams.
Okay.
But yeah, it runs. And you've already got the front end set up, right?
30 or 40 grams.
Well, what's the total weight? For those of you wanting to know, if you're tuning yours, the Thunder slot is 78 grams.
This one don't have nothing.
You're 73. So 5 grams.
Okay.
4 to 5. That'd be my guess. Legends car. Josh, your Legends car is 94 grams. Mine is 80. I'll be curious to know what kind of laps you run with yours when you get to that point. So, this is fun. There's a lot going on here. Sorry, guys. Buy now, beg later. Gale Force, you're talking about buying a Legends car. Is that your for Danny? That's funny. She said, I spent my allowance for the next 6 months already. I guess that means buy one and ask for forgiveness later. That's, that sounds like a good plan. Hey, guys, thanks. Appreciate you giving me a thumbs up for the live stream. While I'm thinking about it, I mean, we're half an hour in. Yeah, MP. Yeah, we use the same logo guy. We use the same logo guy. Raul hooked me up, man. I love it. Let's see. Sunday Slot Cars. What do you miss? Hey, Sunday. How has your live streams been going this week? Have you been moving some cars? I've had things going on every night that bump into your live stream. So if you're doing it tomorrow night or Friday night, I'm going to tune in. So we try to keep Thunder Slot in stock, MP. Yes. Bruce usually has a good selection of Thunder Slot cars, and I imagine the new ones coming out, Bruce, you'll have when they release. I know the Mustang's kind of a different animal. But yeah, compare your track to Cincy Slots. So Gladstone, I will tell you that my track is a similar shape to Cincy Slots. We love Bruce's track is fantastic. It is a lot of fun to run. So this one is similar, but my table size is way different. So my table size is 8 feet wide maximum, and his is a little over 9, and that changes what you can do, right? It gives you one extra straight in the width of a track. But it does have the same basic shape, but mine's longer. So my table's 24, and his is right around 20. So I've got a little bit more length, but not quite as much width. So it resembles, but it doesn't drive the same. It just kind of feels a little like that layout, but it's different. I think my lane length is just shy of 100 feet. It's like 97, almost 98 feet. So, and I think Bruce's is 80, 86 or 87. You've said it before. I can't remember. I apologize. Haha. Animal, no pun intended. The post office loves the fact that I pre-printed labels. Yeah, I'm just checking out the Cincy's site now. Yeah, cool. Yeah, 140 converted to 132 is fun with SCX compact cars, and they will run on the Carrera track, right? I think Dave Kennedy's run them on his Polycar track. Taking over, I don't think so. Happy to see people in my stream. Thanks, guys. Can't wait to see you on Whatnot, Marty. Yeah, just so I can spend some money. Oh, that's funny. 84, 85 feet. That's what I thought, Bruce. So, I mean, it's not that much difference in lane length. I've got you by 10 or 11 feet, but it's just because of I had more length. So I've got longer straightaways. And so, but impressive running feet. Okay. I missed it. So, anyway. No action on the track. What else were we going to talk about? What was the last comment? So, oh yeah, you were talking about 1/43rd scale. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of F1 stuff by Carrera for Carrera Go, which is cool, I think. But I think the SCX stuff is really high detail. Seem to be pretty good running 1/43rd scale cars. I've just never gotten a hold of one. George sent me a 1/43rd scale car that I forgot to send back to him. It's a Mario Kart 1/43rd scale. It doesn't get around the track very good because the pin is missing for the slot. So I need to figure out a way to replace that pin. Need help. I have 2 Revo slot Supras with Carrera chip installed. Chips are well insulated from the metal body, but they both short out track. Ideas. Pat, looking at Carrera and switching to 132 digital from HO, where do you buy your track? So, Pat, I've bought a lot of my track from Cincy Slots. I've bought track from LEB, CarreraSlots.com as well. We've kind of gotten track from all over the place. It depends on who has what in stock. So with this layout change, I killed a bunch of track. So I got a whole pile of straights and turns that I'm not using, but I could probably build a second practice track. So going back to that question Mark had, I don't know if anybody can help, maybe Bruce or any of our Revo slot guys. I don't know if Slot R, Dave is in the house. He's probably in bed. He's in the UK. I've talked to him earlier today, but he loves Revo slots. Those are his favorite cars, I think. And he chips every one of them to run on digitally on his track. So he would be a good one to reach out to, Mark. His name's Dave. His channel is Slot R. And yeah, I would. He would probably be the one that might be able to help you. If I was to buy an analog car and have a Carrera track, do you have to chip it with a Carrera chip or there are aftermarket chips? Gene, there are aftermarket chips that will be easier to install in a car than Carrera chips. Carrera chips are made to install into a Carrera car. So they already have the little LED, the diode that sticks to the chassis in the right place on the chip so that it just mounts to the chassis and it's an easy install. Carrera, use a Carrera chip. But all other brands, you'll probably want to, if it's a slotted, there's a specific slotted Carrera chip that you can get that's easy to install because it's got the Carrera plugs already on it or the slotted plugs already on it. And so you can just interrupt that and snap it in, and it's got the newer slotted cars come with a little bracket that you can screw the chip down. Pretty easy to install. But the Slot Technic, Slot Invasion, I think, distributes them, and you can get them anywhere. I don't know, Bruce, do you have a Slot Technic chip? But that's what I would recommend. It's nice and small. So some of these cars, like fitting, this is the new NSR. This is John Mark's car. This is the new NSR GT40. This car is sweet. Man, it's quick. It still has the magnet in it. So he doesn't want to take the magnet out yet. But that car would be really tough to put a chip in just because with the interior in it, it sits so close to the chassis, you don't have a lot of space. So a lot of times you have to cut the driver's legs out and things like that to fit a chip in some of these other cars that are not Carrera cars. So my GT40, this thing's a mess because I removed the interior It's a fun car. I love it, but it's been destroyed. It's fallen off the track so many times. I love it, but it's a mess. But I put a chip in it and pretty much had to destroy the inside of the body to make room for it because it sits so close to the chassis. Yeah, Mark, I'm happy to help, man. I don't know what's causing your short. It's possible that the Revo slot, the chassis, is dragging the track and shorting, and it doesn't have anything to do with the chip. But yeah, I would check your connections. I would check the ride height of the Revo slot. I don't know if anybody else has said anything. I don't know that, George, you've ever chipped one of your Revo slots. Hey, Dave, welcome. Glad to have you, man. Thanks for joining in. Dave, you might be able to answer Mark's question or have an idea of where to go. He has a couple Revo slots that he's put chips in to run Carrera Digital, and he's having problems with it shorting. And he's got it insulated from the chassis. I don't know if you've got any ideas of what might cause that. Pat, I have an SCX 132nd track, 2 cars, a Carrera chip, work with them. Yes. Well, the Carrera chip won't work with the SCX track. So if that's what you're asking, Pat. Yeah, no. You would have to have the SCX digital chip to run. Yep, thanks. That already got answered. The 1044 chip is more robust. Yeah. What scale are the Legends? I think they're considered 1/32nd scale. Or 1/30th? Okay, Dusty says that they're 1/30th scale. So they're close. I mean, here's comparison. So you can see, focus. There, it's one in my eyes. So you can see the difference comparatively. What else? So Bruce does have them. If you're looking for chips, that's great. The brushes. Joseph, going to try the slot tracks chassis in my next build. Stiffer and adjustable front height. Gladstone just got 2 Slot Technic chips from Professor Motor. Gary, 1/32nd. Try a Scaly F1, harder to do. Yeah, I think the F1, Carrera makes a special chip for their F1s. Just put some tape on the underside of the car. Mark, that might be the right thing. Some electrical tape, or I have some packing tape that seems to work good on the bottom of cars. So you may just need to do that on the bottom of your Revos to keep them from shorting out the track. It's hard to know when people install chips. It's often poor solder. Yeah, that's one thing that's kind of tricky. What I realized is you really need some flux when you solder. It really helps get the solder to flow well and attach itself to things. The real car is small too. Yeah, 1/32nd scale. I bought a secondhand Revo slot that's chipped for Carrera. Mine was shorting out the track too. Exactly what Dave said. It was a bad solder. There you go. Thanks, MP. Appreciate that, Massimo. So, Pat, you'll have to let us know if that fixes things. Yep, looks like we've got a lot of people who agree. 129.5. Thanks, George. I appreciate the precision. Let's see what the guys are running on the track. Dusty is running his Mustang. Track. I wish I could adjust the exposure on that webcam. Conquest, I love my Legends cars. Yeah, I didn't want to, Raul. I really didn't. I didn't want to. I wanted to hate these cars. But dang, they are a lot of fun. Just to slide around the track, and they're good. Especially, yeah. So that's the one thing is the Legend cars have the DPR door, so we could chip them and run. That might be fun to run those digital. That might be a good time. Hit the like button. Thanks, George. Michael, are you talking about the Legends cars? You like them too? They're fun. I've gotten some laps in on mine this week, and it's a good time. It can't hurt to put insulating tape under the chip too. Very good idea. Thanks, Dave. Diffusers. Hey, Jim Cunningham. Welcome to the live stream. We've been talking about the Thunderslot Mustang. We've been talking about my new Legends car that I've been tuning and testing and trying to get to run halfway decent. But this seems like a great time to talk about Roast Coffee, my channel sponsor. Guys, like Trent's been giving me some great feedback. I just want to thank you guys, those who have ordered coffee from him. He's loving the fact that he's got a tie to this channel. So I appreciate it. Don't forget to go out there and let's see. What do I do? So don't forget roastcoffee.com. He roasts all of his beans right in house. Josh and I met there for coffee before the live stream, and he agrees that the coffee's great, but it's just a great place. Love to hang out there. Great people, and he believes in what I'm doing here on the channel and wants to be a part of it. So if you use the coupon code or the code 2 lines, all one word, TWOLINES, you get 25% off your first purchase of coffee, and we will give a bag of coffee away at the end of the live stream tonight. So that's one of the things that Trent called me and said, "Hey, I want to do it. I want to give coffee away every week to your guys." So I think it's great. It's awesome. So Roast, shout out to them. They're awesome. Go to roastcoffee.com, get your coffee, and you won't regret it. I keep getting great feedback on people who have won coffee and people who have purchased coffee. So, guys, thanks. I appreciate that. Now back to slot car racing. So, what do we have on the track at the moment? So, Dusty is running in his Mustang, getting some laps. How's it running, Dusty?
Runs better on the top than it does.
Oh, does it? Oh, Josh, what are you running? NSR Mosler. Those fly around the track. There's your shot at breaking the track record with the Mosler. Really? That's good because I'm getting ready to order a 962 off of Bruce. I want that Hexcel. That's a great livery. You found that blue tack is good to use to mount the chips. Greg, that's a great tip. I like that. Kirby Road, the coffee is great. Going to be ordering more. Kirby Road, thanks for ordering, man. I appreciate that. Whoa, solid flip. Grandson of Man liked your flip, Dusty. He said that when you rolled over, yeah, he says that he has a lot of practice. Yes, to fingers, coffee. Yeah, we had some coffee earlier. I had to get through the live stream, right? Thomas Sanders, Air 51, you've attempted to convert one of your scratch builds to Carrera 132? That is a great question, Thomas. I'm curious about that. I don't think he has, but I think it would be fun. Not yet, but he plans to. Yeah, that would make a great video. I think it would be fun to run some scratch build as a digital with pit stops and all the fun that comes with digital. I just posted the pics of the Hexcel on the slotted page I took tonight. Ooh, please tell me it's a great pic, huh? On the slotted page, on the Facebook page. Very cool. Facebook page. Oh, LEB just announced. I saw their post. Oh, Dave, fantastic. I love it. He got one of the Hexcel. Ooh, nice. It looks good. Here, let me throw it up here, guys. Uh-oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. You just posted a Hexel. Let's go to the web browser. Here we go. And web browser. There you go. There's Dave. Dave, that picture is fantastic. I love it. Well done. Well done. That makes me want that car even more. So I don't have a Group C car. Dusty's got a Group C car, but I don't have one, and I've been waiting for the right livery, and I love the green. That's really sweet. Dave, thanks for the great picture. Dave, I haven't hung up the picture of the 908 yet, but I need to. It looks good. Hey, John Albright. Welcome, man. You missed a lot. We've talked about a lot of things, mostly the Mustang, the Thunderthought Mustang, and my Legends car that I don't want to tell my brother that I love this car, but I do. It's been so much fun. I didn't want to admit it, but it is fun. Hey, Marty, Scott, how deep should a 1/8 wide slot be on an MDF routed track? Is there a standard? Oh gosh, that's a good question. I mean, I can tell you what. Actually, I don't think I could tell you how deep the slot is on Carrera track. It's probably 3/8. Who might know? Yeah, Dave might know the specs on how deep a slot. Yeah, man, that's good. It looks good, man. Yeah, going back to your question, SW Marb 52, Scott. Yeah, there you go. I like people using people's names when I know their names. So Scott, yeah, I don't know what the specs are for wood routed track. I'm guessing it's kind of probably all over the board. Depends on what size MDF you're using as well. My guess is I would just take a car that you know that's got a wood track guide and go off of that. Yeah, and just like maybe measure those. I don't think I have a tape measure. I could measure, but I'm guessing it's not quite a 1/2 inch, probably 3/8 of an inch deep. I don't know if that helps you. I don't know. Maybe somebody already answered that. Nice picture in car. I want that car, Dave. Gary, that's a good. Clint, size will be 14 feet long by 5 feet wide. So that's, George is building a wood track. I'm excited for him. Good thing for the replay. Yeah, I mean, we can always rehash some of that stuff, but I talked about what I did to tune John, and it seems to be getting around the track pretty quick. So I think I made some good decisions with how much weight I put in it and some of the tuning things. So tuning for the win for Marty. Until I race at Cincy Slots with it and get waxed off the track, but it's okay. It's probably more driving than it is anything. How wide is the slot on an aluminum setup block? Let's see. It is that wide. I would say that's probably 1/8 of an inch. It's definitely not quite 1/4 of an inch. So I would say right at 1/8, which I think is what the normal slot is. So Raul, what would be awesome? Needs some pictures of the slot car closet. Have you gone over the Legends car yet? I talked a little bit about the Legends car, but I haven't talked about what I did to tune it. So this is a Pioneer Legends. I guess they're the only company really making them. I did add some weight, but it's not as heavy as Josh's. Josh has his here. His is a tank. It's 94 grams. And mine is about 80 grams. So he's got me by almost 15 grams, 14 grams. And I put the weight right around the plug. So this is a spec class. So you can't really do much. It comes with like a ferrite resistor on the motor and some extra wiring for the DPR plug. And I kept all that in. I didn't change it. I did put a set of silicone tires on it, but I need to round the edges with a razor blade, which I learned on Bruce's live stream the other night. And so I need to do a little bit of work on those tires. But it's running around my track around 9.4s, 9.5s pretty consistently. And it's about a second off of what fast cars are running around my layout. Outside of that, I did break in the motor. And I did sort of build a dyno. Really all it is checking the RPMs of a motor. And so before at 9 volts, I was running about 14,000 RPMs with this motor. And then I basically dropped it in a cup of water and ran it at 9 volts for about an hour until I saw the amperage kind of stay steady and not climb anymore. And I called that good. So it was about an hour for that motor. And when I ran the test, I was at about 16,000 RPM. So I had almost a 2,000 RPM jump. So it was like 14.2 to 16, 15.8 to 16.1 was kind of the range I was seeing once it warmed up. So that's all I've done to that Legends car, just to fill you in. Group C is super fun because you can tune them so many ways, tons of parts and upgrades. Steven, I agree, man. I love those style cars. Thanks, Dave. Dave's going to get back to us on the depth. I'm probably a little far behind in the chat. Sorry. I should have the GT350 to put through its paces tomorrow. Nice, John. I will be, John, I would love to compare notes and times and what you feel like the car needs. Because I feel like I've done a decent job of tuning this thing, but I'm curious to know if there's more I can get out of it. Hey, Mad P, welcome. Appreciate it. It's 3/8 deep. Thanks, George. I'm building 3 Toyotas and really having fun with it. Steven, I really like the Toyota, but I'm buying the Hexcel. I want that livery first, but I'll try to get a backup car, and it's probably going to be the Toyotas. I love the Minolta livery in the Toyota. It's pretty sweet. Carrera is 6 millimeters deep. Thanks, Jim. What else? I think international racing has a standard different from the norm. Yeah, maybe so. Slot Car Corner has the bit for cutting the slot for wood tracks. We're about 2 months away from the big room being finished and starting our track build. Looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it too. I know you've been talking about it for a while, so I'm excited for you. I love to see people building layouts and updating everybody with pictures and video. It's good stuff. Bruce was running 8s with 1 last week. Nice. Yeah, that's kind of like the magic. If you can break that 8 second, get down in the 7s at Cincy slots, that's a fast lap, I feel. Pat, I'm new to slots. Been about 55 years since I've ran them. Got the SCX set local and then got caught up in the HO. And the youngest 2 granddaughters told me they like the big cars better. Hey, Pat, that's cool. My 2 daughters, who are adults, my youngest just turned 21 the other day, and they both love the 1/32 scale as well. they like to argue and fight when they're playing with the track. Okay, Polycar track is 7 millimeters deep, slot depth. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you taking a second to do that for us. George looks like George put the bit out there for the slot. Thank you. Appreciate that, George. So slot depth, Polycar is 7 millimeters. I believe the minimum slot depth in the U.S. is 5/16. Thanks, Kuda Steve. Appreciate that. It is that wide. 3/8. Thanks, 51. Your scratch builds are really nice. Yes, George does awesome scratch builds. Hey, John Schaefer, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. Man, there's a lot going on. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see. Yeah, Jim, Pat, rung what you bring. Rung what you brung. You can use a nail file to round it. Carrera is 6 millimeters deep. Jim Carson. Eccentric axle bushings for Legends. For the Legends car. Yeah, John, I don't know if I can do that. It's a spec class, so you're really not supposed to do much. The rules allow you to true the tires, run silicones on the back, true your fronts, and polish them or coat them to make them zero grip. Outside of that, I'm not sure that you can do much. Is it recommended to do the same with Thomas? I don't know. I don't know if it's recommended or not. You take a chance. Daryl, I've not seen Daryl in the chat tonight. Daryl sent me a message today that he was trying to break in a motor and burn it up. So I really think you have to be careful what's in your water if you use water. A lot of guys use WD-40. A lot of guys use a mixture of stuff. I've had good luck. I've only broke 2 motors in. I've had pretty good luck with just getting a little bit extra out of them. You're just getting them prepared. I think the best way to break it in is just to have fun running laps on the track, to be quite honest. Have you done a video on the RPM test stand? Bruce, I have not. It is nothing fancy. So it's a block of wood. I have a piece of wire and 2 screws that I can put the motor in. Let me find a motor that... So basically what I do is I have a wheel off of a car, and then I use the wire to tighten that motor down. And then on the shaft, I basically have taken a wheel, and there's a little piece of reflective tape. I don't think it's going to focus. There we go. Little piece of reflective tape. So I'll put that wheel, attach it, tighten it up on here. So focus, so you can see it. And then I hook it up to my power supply, and then I have a Harbor Freight digital photo tachometer. And I point it at that wheel with the reflective tape, and it gives me an RPM reading. And so I test it at 9 volts because any faster than that, and it throws the reflective tape off of the wheel, the tire. So yeah, that's what we do. But it's a good RPM test, just to give you an idea of what you're, at 9 volts, or, I could run it at 12 or 14 volts if I come up with a better solution. If there was like a spur gear or something that I could put the reflective tape on, that might work better than the wheel. I just used what I had. Let's see, what else? Just trying to get a little ones into it before they hit the eye rolling age. Yeah, Pat, I get it. Jim Carson, I have not driven a car in over 30 years. Thomas, doesn't really matter. Okay. My oldest granddaughter's 23. It's just 2 single boys. Hey Thomas, I don't do that on Carrera motors due to the limitations of the motor. I defer to Dave Kennedy and Marty. Yeah, John, I have not broke in any of my Carrera motors. I mean, only by running laps. And I'm not sure that. I mean, I think you're taking a chance anytime you dip your motor in some type of liquid and then run it. You never know what bad could happen, I guess. But I've had good luck with 2 motors that have picked up some pace and some RPM. I run the track at 14 volts. Sometimes I'll drop it down to 12. And the motors seem to really go. So it's worked out, but I'm not sure. Just run laps, break it in that way. That's a safe way. Do what? What is it? Oh, he's got that. Dusty loves that car. Roll it like you stole it is another saying. Hey, John Bacon. Welcome. Massimo, was that you? Stand on it. Daryl is racing in Dayton tonight. Oh, that's right. Yep, he usually is running at Dayton. Yeah. Conquest is our logo guy. Let's see. What did I miss? Yeah, Thomas, you leave stock motors well enough alone. Yeah. Marty, that's how my uncle did the motor testing for the motor list we made, basically. Oh, yeah. So I wasn't too far off. That was my own ingenuity. But it works, right? It's nice to know what your motor, how your motor's running, right? Your call, brother. See if you, Dave or Marty, chime in on this. What am I missing? Yeah, on the stock motors. Yeah. That's right. Shout out to Amanda for being a woman racing slot cars on International Women's Day. Shout out to Amanda for being the only, my analytics, the only woman in my analytics. Daryl's wife jumps in every once in a while, so I usually have 1 or 2. Marty, you going to start selling your RPM tester? I'll take a couple. Clint, Cleve Tech has an amazing RPM tester motor, like analyzer, that he had for sale on his Facebook page, and they're no longer there. It's sold out. So that would be awesome. I really like the videos that he's using that. It's a great device. Correction checked. It's 6.88 deep. If routing, I go 7 millimeters. Some big guides with fin braid, bottom out on Carrera. Yeah. Let's see, Slot Car News. Ah, yes. Thanks, Dave, for posting that. That's great. So that is a list of slot car motors and their RPM ratings. I use a jeweler's anvil for testing motor RPM. No need to wire it down. Oh, I have a little anvil. So it just uses the magnets to hold it. That's actually a great idea, John. Thank you for sharing that. I have one of those. I'd have to find it. That would work perfect. This was the first motor list available done by my uncle years ago. Hey, thanks for doing that. That takes a lot of time and energy to put that together. And it's just like the tire guides that the tire companies, put out there. They're so handy to have. I appreciate those. Is the chip in the Carrera motors and the water should be distilled? Yeah. Grandson of Man, I use filtered water. I have a whole house filter. So I would say distilled water. You would want a lot of the minerals out of the water if you can. I think that might be what happened to Daryl with his Marty. So you just tune your rear tires to get the cars the way you want them to run. So Pat, I do tune. I don't have a tire truer, but I run silicone tires. And so I don't really mess with silicones on the rear. I do adjust the ride height the best I can with cars that I can adjust the ride height on the front. I do use the Mop and Glow, polishing the front tires. Yeah, I'm curious to know what your lap times are on that. Okay. On the front tires, but I don't have a tire truer, so I'm not truing the front tires yet. But my plan is to get the tire truer so I can start tuning some of these cars that you don't have the ability to adjust the ride height. Steve Sweeney, welcome. Marty, need to get with you and Raul on doing YouTube videos, thinking about starting a channel. Danny, yes, just hit the record button. Don't get hung up on what you have to have. If you guys could see my setup, I've had a few people comment about my lighting. My lighting isn't great. It is homemade softbox lighting. I took a box, I lined it with aluminum foil. I put an LED light left over from my kitchen remodel in the back of the box, and I covered it with white shower curtain that I bought at Dollar General. And that's what my lights are. I don't have expensive lights or even cheap internet lights. I made them on my own. So you can get creative, but here's the big thing. Just hit the record button. I will tell you that your audio is probably as important, if not more important, than your video. People will watch video that's not great but sounds great, but they are quick to click off a video that does not sound good. So I would say make sure you get a good microphone. You don't have to do the studio microphone stuff like I do. This is equipment that I already have. This is a microphone that I sing through for the last 12 years with my band. And then I pull it out of my band gear and I throw it on the mic stand here. So yes, Danny, any question you have, man, I'm happy to help. I love to help people jump into this hobby of YouTube. And so whatever question, fire away. But man, you've got an iPhone. The iPhone cameras on the new ones are great. You can get away with that. I think Massimo shoots all of his stuff on his iPhone, and his camera footage is fantastic. So a little bit of lighting, it doesn't take much to light you up, and a little bit of lighting goes a long way for video. But I really like good audio. Now, a lot of people don't like having the microphone in the camera shot. To get really good audio far away from you, you have to do some interesting things. So that gets a little tough. A lot of people will wear a lapel. I think Dave uses a wireless mic for his stuff, and that does a great job. So the big thing, Danny, hit the record button. Just start making videos. If it's something you think you want to do, I will tell you that it's way more work than most people think. And you will get that from most YouTubers. You get to a point where, man, creating content, you have to be obsessed with it almost. So, but yes, please. Hey, Lego Mike, welcome, man. John Schaefer can tell you, like, it's a grind creating content. So you got to love it. Let's see. George makes a lot of videos. He posts a lot of videos, and that it's a lot of work. But I appreciate the videos he puts out because it's all great content. Hey, Lego Mike, dumb question. Do you collect Legos? Funny thing, I moved the podcast, I have a podcast that usually records on Wednesdays, and the guy that we were interviewing last night needed to do it on Tuesday, so I swapped him. And he has a YouTube channel about Legos, and he was the guest on my podcast. And so we're excited about it. But he basically showed up with two of the Race Champions the Lego sets to give me as a gift, which is awesome. The DB5 Bond car and the Challenger from Fast and Furious. Yeah, gray water is a little better than black water. Rockstar. I'm not sure what Dusty's talking about. Lights work. Marty. Yeah, thanks. Truing fronts is important. not only for handling, but also quiet cars way down. Yeah, I find that a lot of times the noise that you get is from the front tires. Carrera cars, they're not round. My Carrera cars are loud. And then I can put my Thunder Slot Elva on here, and my wife doesn't even know I'm down here running slot cars because it's so quiet. The motor's quiet. The car's quiet going around the track. I love it. Yep. Raul, I'm sure, is a great resource. Yeah, man. MP, and your stuff looks great. So there's no reason to upgrade your phone. That camera is good. You do a lot of shooting with your iPhone too. Yeah, Dave. I know. It's so handy, and it's so easy to to edit iPhone video. Video takes up so much room on your hard drives. I'm always moving stuff around, trying to create room. Hey, John Mark, I've got to depart, man. I have not had a chance to tune it, but it will be tuned by the next time you get over here. So it will be tuned up, ready to roll. Oh, gosh, what time was it? 9:16. Wow. How about a good mic for a GoPro? Gene, that's, wow. I didn't know we were going to get into gear, but gosh, great microphone for the GoPro. If it's got the ability to take an external microphone, I would probably look at one of the Rode, the small Rode microphones. Those have really good audio. Anything from Rode, Shure, Sennheiser. And there's a lot of really good microphones out there. Even a USB microphone, like what a lot of people don't realize, you have to be able to get the audio into the computer. And there are two really, really good USB microphones out there that are less than $150. The Q92, I think, is a Samsung. It's like $99. Comes with a stand. It's great. Sennheiser is getting ready to release their USB microphone. I'm really, really considering that as a travel microphone. And Dave, you do a lot of traveling. That might be a great microphone for you to pick up. I watch a channel, Tom Buck, and he does a lot of reviews of microphones and gear for podcasts and YouTube videos. And he did a comparison, and then the Rode has just released an update to their new USB mic, and it's like $129, and it sounds like studio quality. Fantastic. Kenny, thanks, man. Audio is important to me. I'm kind of an audiophile. I have a band, and I sing and play guitar, and so audio is important, and that was one of the things I wanted to do. My video might suck, but I wanted to make sure my audio sounded good. And it's funny, the first video that I did, I just used the audio from my iPhone. I had somebody, not complain, but somebody say, I like it when you use your nice microphone, Marty. So audio is important. Let's see here. Later, John. Yeah, man, got to run. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. What else? Anything else? Steve Sweeney, I've been asking for help for my knife channels to help me start Slot Car channel. Didn't want to step on toes. Word of advice, never mention magnets. Yeah, Steve. Yeah, man. My email address is thet5guy@gmail.com. I think it's in my YouTube description, my bio. Feel free to send me an email. Find me on Facebook. Send me a message through there. I'm happy to answer questions. It's crazy. I have about 60 conversations going on at any given time. So during the day, I'm a little tough to get a hold of because I have a full-time job. I work for a community bank. I'm a marketing person. And so I do a lot of work on the internet, but I try to very hard to separate my YouTube life from my work life. My work life is too important. It pays the bills. Mike, I hate magnets. Yeah, we're not going to get into that there. There's a place and time for both. I'm really enjoying no mag racing and driving and learning. I'm becoming a better driver because of it. But when we run digital, I love to run magnets. So my wife doesn't know. I'll take that bet. Let's see. what GoPro Conquest could probably help. Conquest has a ton of gear when it comes to cameras. Hey, Rise, welcome, man. My GoPro is a USB-C input, but I use an adapter for a 3mm to plug it in. Yeah. Dave, do you use the Rode mic, or you use your wireless with your GoPro? The GoPro has just such a nice wide angle. What was that? 9.4. Okay, I'm right there. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. 9.4s with the Legends car. So it looks like that's fast lap with the Legends car around my layout is 9.4s. I got 3 DK Moon. I got 3 Thunderslot Mustangs. 2 of the chassis were a little warped. One chassis had a bubble in the plastic. All still ran fine. That's good to know. I think it might. Josh confirmed my M1 problem is my chassis is warped a little bit. Yeah. And so I think that NSR chassis straightener might be a good tool to own. I think Dave did a review of it. Pretty cool stuff. Neumann microphones. Yeah. So Marty, you will be on every Wednesday night from now on. No, Gary, we'll stay on Tuesdays. It was just this week. Marty T5 guy, are you into saltwater fishing? Jim Carson, no. The T5 is a reference to a guitar that I play, a Taylor T5 guitar. When I bought it, that's when I got invited to get a Gmail account, and I thought, cool, I'm the T5 guy. And then now, 20 years later, I'm bumping into Travis as the slot car guy. So I'll probably end up changing my email address to something more like adult, marty.ford@gmail.com or something. But for right now, it's the T5 guy, and that's what the reference is. Lego Mike, I'm loving the new layout. Yeah, let me throw it up so you can see it. The guys are running cars. So, yeah, I'm really, really liking the new layout. It's a good time. It's a very competitive track. Both lanes are pretty close. One is starting to get faster than the other. The inside lane, if you're looking down the shot on the front stretch, Dusty's in the outside lane. It's just a touch slower than the other lane. But I have a couple of cars that actually like that lane better, that are actually faster in that lane than the inside lane, which is really, really interesting to me. I really had no idea. You would think I said the Yankees were better than the Red Sox again. Marty, what's your favorite band? Oh, geesh. Massimo. I have lots of favorites. I'm a big band guy. I love old Glenn Miller stuff, which is probably not the answer you were expecting. But right now, I'm listening to a lot of, a band called Lake Street Dive, the Lone Bellow. What else am I listening to? The Black Keys. All-time favorite band. It's got U2. I'm a huge U2 fan. I think Bono's fantastic. Great songwriting. I'm a Coldplay guy. I just think that they write songs to be sung with a gigantic group of people, and I think that that's fun. What else? I listen to so much stuff. I'm a worship leader at my church, so I listen to a lot of the current Christian music stuff, just to kind of stay up on what to play at church. But lots of. There's a band called Need to Breathe. It's one of my favorites. Wilder Woods. So a lot of obscure stuff that most people don't know. I'm a big jazz guy. I love jazz music as well. So like Glenn Miller, and then Vince Girardi, and Miles Davis, John Coltrane. A lot of stuff like that. I can thank my parents for that. Otis Redding. Yeah, we can make I can make a huge list. MP, the Marty Ford Experience. Yeah, thanks, John Mark. I knew you would throw that out there. Yeah, don't go Google that or YouTube that. So what car? Oh no. Peter, Lake Street Dive, great band. Man, I'm glad somebody else knows them. I discovered them about 10 years ago. They are phenomenal. The latest record's really good too. Oh yeah, Glenn is awesome. Pat, yeah, it's good to know that I'm an old soul. Amanda, I don't even know who that is. Amanda, you say you don't know who that is, but I guarantee you've heard lots of Glenn Miller stuff. You just don't know it. So I would do a search for Glenn Miller, classic big band stuff, great stuff. Like Harry Connick Jr. Big fan of his stuff from a jazz standpoint, big band stuff. Go to Catalina and do the tour of the casino. Yes, Jim Carson, Super Tramp, nice. You hip to Southern Avenue? Yes, Peter. Peter, we can be friends, man. Yeah, MP. It's a big mix. Pink Floyd. My dad. I grew up on Pink Floyd and Leonard Skinner and the Eagles and all that. And then my mom was like real into soul music, so Aretha Franklin, and I grew up listening to lots of stuff. Yeah. Mark Bondi, Need to Breathe. Yeah. So Mark, if you know Need to Breathe, fantastic. But Bear, the lead singer, has a solo project called Wilder Woods. Check it out. It is incredible. He's getting ready to release a second album under that title, and really, really good stuff. Greg, Sugarland. There you go.
Marty Ford Experience.
Yeah. How can anyone not dig Pink Floyd? Yeah, you mean right. Danny is the youngest member here. That's funny. A Gladstone, yes. Dave Brubeck. Again, my dad was a drummer, and so my brother and I were drummers because my dad was a drummer, and so great drummers. I'm a big fan of all of those guys. Elvis Presley. You cannot go wrong. Hopefully, some of you have the Thunderslot Elvis Presley version. Peter, you're a bassist. Nice. I play a little bit of acoustic guitar. I'm not great. I started playing late in life. I picked up the guitar and learned via YouTube in my early 30s. So the Doors are good. Yep, Danny. As your collection grows, which manufacturer is your favorite? Shining Sticks slot car. And what is on my wish list? Okay, I will. Shining Sticks. This was on my wish list. The Thunderslot Mustang. Once I saw that was announced, I'm a big Mustang guy. Always wanted one and never got to own one. But that was on my wish list. Cars that are on my wish list now. I need a Group C car to race, and I want the Porsche 962 slotted. I really want another Thunder slot. I really love those cars. They all run really well, pretty easy to tune, fast out of the box, just really solid stuff. What else? I'm a fan of. I have one Revo slot. I have the SP, the Ferrari 333 SP. Fantastic car. I love it. I love running it. Revo slots are a lot of fun. So I would like another Revo slot. I would like the Alpha or even the Escort. I would like, those are Group 2 cars, I think. Those look fun, and I think that would be fun on my layout. I guess they're a little bit of a challenge to tune. Maybe not. So those are some of the things that are on my wish list. The Shadow from MR Slot. I have the Ferrari 330 SP MR Slot car, and it's a great running car, very smooth. I love driving that thing, and so I can imagine that the Shadow will be no less than that. So I'm looking forward to that car. What else? I'm into the sideways stuff. I really like that new Nissan that I picked up. It's in my box this last week. That's fun. And so there's a couple other Group B cars. Thanks, Josh. Yeah, this one I did a video on it. This is a fun car. So I really like it. So those are some of the things on my wish list. Mainly, it's just filling out my collection of making sure that I have cars in all the classes that we could potentially run and race in, and then working on like a secondary car, a backup car, so if something breaks or so that's kind of my goal. Is I'm trying to like check off boxes of cars that I'd like to have. Corey Wong is really good if you like funk. Patrick, are you familiar with St. James and the Broken Bones? They're a little bit of funk. They're one of my favorites. They're really good. I have all their albums. I'm going to tune my SCX CUDA when you come up here. Bring your Mustang. We can throw down. Raul, that sounds good. The SCX CUDA is a good looking car. I really like it. Yes, I heard some really great. They are amazing in person. Great energy. Yeah. Love the Harry Connick Jr. album. Yeah, man. She is good. Red Light, Blue Light is really, really good. That's just some older stuff of Harry's. Obviously, when Harry Met Sally is good. Jimmy Stewart played Glenn Miller in the movie. Loved it. Yeah, Jimmy Stewart's one of my favorites. Phil Collins can sing and keep a beat. Steve, yes, I'm a Phil Collins fan. Was a Genesis fan. Let's see here. Switchfoot. Hey, John Bacon. Yes. Switchfoot. Fantastic. Dare You to Move. One of my favorites. I've seen him. One of my first concerts that I took my daughter Maddie to see. We went to kind of a dive place and Switchfoot was playing, and I made her stand right at the sound booth where the front of house guy was mixing, so that she would hear how great sound a room can, because it's always going to sound the best at the soundboard, right? Steve, NSR Porsche. Yes, I would like to have another 908. I really like that. Just ordered the Revo 2002. Nice. The Shadow, Mark Kramer. The Elva Thunder Slot. It's your fastest car, Michael. That's really cool. The F40 Revo slot Momo. Let's see. Somebody just got that. John Albright, I think, has the Momo F40. I think I saw some video of that flying around the track. Yeah, Steve, the P68 is really, really cool. It looks cool on the track. Let's see here. Love the P68. My NSR is 99 of 200. Cool. John Albright recommends the P68. Yeah, that's a great looking car. Yeah, check them out, Patrick. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what a good song to send your way. Roll With It, maybe. I think that's the name of the song. That's what got me hooked on him. I heard that in a mix coming from Apple Music one day, and I was like, oh, who those guys? He gets compared to Otis Redding. His voice, it's really, really good. Wow, we got out of subject here. Do you like King Crimson? Yes. Yeah, BB King, Pat. Parliament Funkadelic. I have not heard of them, but I will have to check them out because that is a cool name, Gary. That's yeah, the Momo F40 just arrived last week. I was going to say, I thought John Albright had one of those. Let's see. That would be amazing. Hey, Marty, your plans for 124 content? I just received 2 BRM. I don't own a 124 scale car, but I really like the BRM stuff. They're expensive, but I think they are really sweet cars, and they are getting ready to release sometime this year the Ferrari 512M in the Sunoco livery. I will probably own that car, so that will probably be my first test. So, I will create 124th content once I get a 1/24 scale car. So, I mean, John Mark's got one here, but I'll do some content. All right. What time is it? Gosh, 9:35, guys. All right. So does anybody want to see one last bit of racing before we call it the night? Okay. Dusty's got his 917 back out. Let's throw it to the track here real quick. And let's see here. Blink 182. Yeah. I have the 512 Sunoco and the 917 pre-ordered. That's really cool. Yeah, those are, the 917 Golf. I guess I didn't see that one. Maybe I did. Those look good. I just got the 2 Carrera trucks numbered 6 and 7, red and blue. They're a little top heavy, but sure look cool. Yeah, Richard, those are cool. The trucks are cool. Good night, Kirby Road. Keep racing. All right. Yep, Kirby Road, another great car. It's flying around the track. That's fun. Oh, you're right. Guys, thanks. We're going to wrap it up for tonight. I wasn't planning to go 90 minutes, but it seems like that's the magic number for us here the last few weeks. This has been fantastic. Again, I appreciate everyone. Don't forget, 2 lines is the code if you want 25% off your first coffee order. Help my guy Trent at Roast Out. Guys, I really appreciate all the content or the conversation in the chat. Those of you who jumped in and answered questions, I really appreciate it. If guys, you have more questions about music, let me know offline. If you want to know more about my gear and YouTube and you just want to figure out how to hit the record button, let me know. I'd love to help you out however I can. Give me smash the like button, guys. Hit the subscribe if you're not subscribed. I got 50 thumbs up so far. That's awesome. I have no idea how many people were on the stream tonight, but I really appreciate it. Guys, thanks, and go have some fun racing. Good night, all.